Good morning, children. Today, class for fifth. Okay, how are you, children? I hope all of you are fine. Children, we are discussing about the lesson lifestyles of the animal. Okay, so in that one, we are discussing about that one the feeding process in the different type of animals and that breathing process in the different type of animals and the locomotion process in the different type of animals. Today we are discussing about that one migration of animals. So normally you know that children, animals like birds, insects and fishes also. Okay, animals like birds, insects and fishes moves in groups, moves in which like groups, means nothing but ఒక గుంపుగా. Why they are joined like a group? Why? Because nothing but to move from one place to the another place, to move from one place to the another place. Animals like birds, insects and fish move in groups from one place to the another place. Children, why these animals move from one place to the another place? Why these animals move from one place to the another place? Why? Because nothing but to get the food materials, means nothing but in search of food materials and to get shelter, means nothing but manchi nivasam kosam. So here the movement of animals such as birds, insects, fish from one place to the another place is called as migration. What? Migration. So what are the causes of this migration process? What are the causes? మరి కారణాలు ఏంటి మైగ్రేషన్కు? వలస వెళ్ళడం. ఇన్ తెలుగు వీ కెన్ సే వలస వెళ్ళడం. సో the major reason is nothing but scarcity of food in the place. Food scarcity అంటే ఆహారము తగినంతగా లభించకపోవడం. So when the scarcity of food occurs, immediately the animals can migrate from one place to the another place. Immediately animals can migrate from one place to the another place. Another cause is nothing but unfavorable climatic conditions. Unfavorable climatic condition అంటే వాతావరణం తగినంతగా ఉండడం, మీన్స్ too cold conditions or too hot conditions. So when the too cold conditions means minus degree Celsius temperature also not good for the survival of animals, and the too hot temperature also not good for the survival of animals. So to escape from this hard and unfavorable climatic conditions, the animals can move from one place to the another place. The animals can move from the one place to the another place. And you know that when normally the birds can migrate thousands of miles or kilometers crossing over the oceans. Okay, some birds can migrate thousands of kilometers, and during this migration process the birds can even cross the oceans. The birds can even cross the oceans, and sometimes they cross the deserts, it means edarulu, and sometimes they cross very high mountains, means parvataలను కూడా క్రాస్ చేస్తాయి. You know children, the birds like Arctic tern can migrate from North Pole to the South Pole during that one unfavorable conditions. Which bird can migrate from North Pole to the South Pole? Arctic turn. Arctic turn. So you know that one North Pole is nothing but normally called as Arctic region. It is one of the end of the earth. South Pole is normally called as Antarctic region. It is another end of the earth. So this Arctic tern bird can cover nearly 40,000 kilometer in this migration. In this migration, this bird Arctic tern can cover how much distance? 40,000 kilometers in this migration. So the native place of this bird is nothing but Antarctica. So it travels the same distance when return back in the same year. Same year. You know, children, another type of birds such as the Siberian cranes. Which one? Siberian cranes. So actually the native place, okay, the native place for this Siberian crane is Russia. So normally they visit the Siberian crane visit India in the winter season, means especially in the months October and November. So what is the reason behind to visit the India? Why? Because nothing but in October, November and December in Siberia place, means in Russia, extreme cold conditions are there. Extreme cold conditions are there. So to avoid this extreme cold conditions, this Siberian crane, means Siberia Kongalu, visits India. What? India. So in India, in winter season, means October, November, December, these Siberian cranes built their nest near the lakes. అంటే చిన్న చిన్న సరస్సుల దగ్గర అండ్ చెరువుల దగ్గర తమ యొక్క గూళ్ళను నిర్మించుకుంటాయి. అండ్ బ్రీడ్ దేర్ అండ్ హ్యాచ్ దేర్ ఎగ్స్. అంటే ఈ శీతాకాలం మొత్తం కాలంలో గుడ్లు పెట్టి పిల్లలను పొదిగి పెద్దవి చేస్తాయి. సో వెనెవర్ ద winter season is completed, whenever the winter season is completed, again this Siberia cranes are returned back to the Russia country. Again whenever the winter season is completed, they return back to the Siberia, means Russia. So this is about that one migration of birds. What? Migration of birds. Normally when you observe the sky very clearly, you observe that many type of birds can move in groups. So when the conditions are not favorable, so the birds can migrate from one place to the another place. Even they can move from one country to the another country. So not only from one country to the another country, they can move from the one continent to the another continent. Not only that one, they even cross the oceans also. And means for example Arctic tern, it crosses several oceans. Some birds crosses the mountains. The Siberian crane can cross the very high mountains like Himalayas. Okay, why? Because nothing but to survive on the earth, to survive on the earth. So not only birds, some other animals like fishes also migrate. Fishes also migrate. So which type of fishes can migrate? You know, eel. Which one? Eel. Eel is one type of fish When you observe the eel, it resembles like a fish. It resembles like a fish. It resembles like a snake. అది ఒక చిన్న పాములాగా కనిపిస్తుంది. నార్మల్లీ దిస్ eel fish lives in fresh water. In which water? Fresh water. And normally during the breeding season, means nothing but whenever the eel fish wants to lay eggs, they immediately go to the seas, means samudra lopaliki వెళ్తుంది. Why? Because nothing but to lay eggs. Next, when the eels migrate from fresh water to the salt water, means nothing but marine water, they lay number of eggs in the seas and oceans. Whenever the eel fish lay the eggs, immediately the parent eels die. అంటే తల్లి చేపలు చనిపోతాయి. You know that when the eggs are hatched by the sunlight, okay, the eggs of the eels are normally hatched by the sunlight, అంటే సూర్యరశ్మి సూర్యకాంతి ద్వారా అవి పొదగబడతాయి. Whenever the eggs of the eels are hatched out and the young eels are returned into the rivers, these young eels are returned to the rivers. మళ్ళీ చిన్న చిన్న ఈల్ చేపలు అనేవి కొత్తగా పుడతాయి కదా, మళ్ళీ అవి సముద్రం నుంచి నదుల్లోకి వచ్చేస్తాయి. సో నాట్ ఓన్లీ దట్ వన్, some ducks also undergo migrations. What? Migrations. Which type means nothing but wild ducks, means nothing but అడవి జాతికి చెందిన బాతులు. So normally these wild ducks can cross very high mountains. You know that one, as we go high, immediately the level of oxygen also decreases. So it is difficult for the birds to survive. But in this hard condition also, the wild ducks continuously flying and reaches from one place to the another place. Not only that one, cuckoos means nothing but koilalu. So these birds also can migrate from one place to the another place. Okay, you know that when during migrations the birds cannot eat the food and cannot drink water, and during this journey they can stop in several places to get some rest. Not only this fish and birds, some insects also migrate from one place to the another place. The insects such as butterfly also migrate from one place to the another place. Which one? The insects such as butterflies also migrate from one place to the another place. So which type of butterflies can migrate from one place to the another place? Normally the monarch butterflies are migrate from one place to the another place. This monarch butterflies migrate from Canada to the Mexico. This butterflies migrate from the country Canada to the Mexico. You know that one, the Mexico country is very far from the Canada. In between Canada and Mexico, we observe that one, USA, United States of America country is there. So millions of this monarch butterflies migrate from Canada to the Mexico. And you know that one locusts, swarm locust means nothing but midtalu. They also travels from one place to the another place. So normally this locust can move from one continent to the another continent. So recently we observed that the locusts from the Africa, ante midtalu Africa nundi, they cross several countries, Iran, Iraq, Pakistan, and enter in our country states like Punjab, Gujarat, Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, in Bihar also we observe. But these locusts are very dangerous. Why? Because nothing but these locusts are feeds upon the plant material. So in the journey of locusts, they eat the crops, and within a short period of time they destroy the total crops. So the farmers can lose by the locusts. Okay, and you know that one of the interesting fact is the thing, but the migrating animals return back to their native place when the conditions are favorable. మళ్ళీ ఫేవరబుల్ మీన్స్ అనుకూల పరిస్థితులు ఏర్పడతాయి, మళ్ళీ తిరిగి వచ్చేస్తాయి. దిస్ ఈజ్ అబౌట్ ద వాట్ మైగ్రేషన్ ఆఫ్ animals. Okay, so which animals normally migrate? Birds, insect, fishes. Why? Because nothing but in search of food and shelters. So in this lesson we are discussing about that one. Animals have different food habits, means some animals depends upon the plant material, they are called as herbivorous animals. Some animals depends upon the another animals, carnivorous animals. And you know that one according to their feeding habits, they have different mouth part, teeth and beaks. Normally the carnivorous animals have sharp, pointed and curved teeth to tear the flesh. And you know that one the omnivorous animals eats both the plant and animal material. You know that one the animals that eats insects are called as insectivorous animals. Normally birds, animals are terrestrial animals, means nothing but lives on the land surface. These animals can breathe through the lungs. During the breathing process, they breathe in oxygen and release carbon dioxide gas. And in the water also we observe several type of living organisms are there. Example, fish, frogs, prawns, crabs, etc. Mainly these aquatic animals are breathe through the gills. They take the dissolved oxygen that is present in the water. And you know that one the insects also breathe. We observe that one a teeny holes or pores are present on the side of the insects. So these insects are breathed through the spiracles. And the terrestrial animals, means land animals, have limbs, nothing but hands and legs, to move from one place to the another place. You know that when some animals are crawls upon the surface of the ground, for example snake, crocodile, lizard. And the birds can fly in the air by using wings. The insects also fly, but the pattern of wings of the insects are completely different from the birds. and the man is a well developed animals and a very intelligent animal. Thank you children.